Morehouse. It'll be Josh Umthwa to jump for the Maroon Tigers, and they have the basketball first. And Walfer at 6'10" from Lagos, Nigeria, handling that tap. Half-court set for the Badgers of Spring Hill to get us going. Glad you could join us. Gotti Warima and Charles Ward with the play call. Fourth ball game today on ESPN+. We'll be right back here tomorrow with the same thing, more quarterfinal action with 4 contests coming your way as we get closer to the SIAC championship weekend. That's Morehouse with the basketball now, and they're into the floor. They work it down at the block, and Wolfor missed on a shot on the inside. Noah Morgan, the senior guard, introduced as a second-team all-conference player for Morehouse. And there's the first turnover of the ball game. Morehouse has it. And this is Morgan running the floor. So it's Morgan, Wolfor, Ibn Williams, Jordan Sterling out on the floor. And pick up it's Kerry Richardson out there as well. So those are the 5 for head coach Doug Whitler and the Maroon Tigers of Morehouse College. Badgers on their end of the floor. Kambamba has his first attempt on the inside, blocked, and that's the storyline you see all season long with the Maroon Tigers. So tough on the inside. It's tough to get around those big players. Floater, left side is off the mark. And Kambamba comes away with a rebound for the Badgers of Spring Hill.
Kambamba has some size himself at 6'7", but Morehouse has a couple 6'7", 6'9", and even a 7-footer. So just being crafty, finding ways to score in the post is really key.
Morgan back the other way now, fired it on the inside, and it goes back the other way to Spring Hill. Spring Hill will go with Tana Copa, Jaden Gray, Eli Lenahan, Beryl Kabamba, and Sam Davis in the starting 5 for head coach Craig Kennedy and Spring Hill College. Winners in first-round activity as they defeated Albany State 75-66 to get to this quarterfinal basketball game. On the weave, it's Davidson. Got some space with a jumper, can't get it to fall. Rebound cleared by Richardson. He'll run the floor inside to Wolfer. And he is fouled on the inside.
As fouls go to Sam Davison, a key player for this Badgers team.
And Wolfer from the line. Missed on the first free throw. $17:52 left in the first half. No score yet. And before on the second free throw, missed that one as well. Spring Hill collapses for the rebound. Morehouse jumps into full court pressure. Davidson out front. Now Lenahan with 5 to shoot. In the paint, tied up. Behind the back pass to Kabamba, but they're not able to get it airborne before they go back the other way. Morehouse with the basketball. On the move is Morgan. Swings across the floor and threw it high. Was trying to go over across the floor to Jordan Sterling, the junior. So the basketball will come back to Spring Hill. Still no score as we approach the 17-minute mark in this first half of play.
2 strong teams here on both sides of the floor. Earlier in the introduction, we talked about the turnaround that Morehouse has had this season, and that's due to bringing in 2 Division I transfers after having those losses, and those transfers were Xavier Brewer and Noah Morgan.
Oh, that basketball actually there got tapped in by Kerry Richardson for the Maroon Tigers. Be interesting if we can see that on the replay. There was not a black jersey around that basketball. It was just Enwafor and Richardson down low. And they just accidentally tapped it in. So showing some love to Spring Hill. Morgan inside the paint, lost the dribble. In the corner, back to Morgan. Now he's free, looks for a three, and drops it for the Maroon Tigers.
That's Noah Morgan. Has only played 18 games, but he is one of the transfers that came in from Eastern Michigan University.
Turnover by Kabamba inside the paint. And back the other way comes Sterling. Now to Morgan. Morgan raises, fires, whistles on the three-point shot. Morehouse as a team shooting 37% from behind the arc with three-pointers. From the free throw line, 72% as a team. Morgan good on the first.
And Noah Morgan hasn't played all season, but leads the team in free throws and free throw percentage at 86%. Knows how to create his own shot, but also get to the basket.
Missed on the third of three. They'd stay in full court pressure as the Badgers break it across the timeline. They bring on Georgios Kostanakis. He's inside the paint. Copa missed on his three-point shot. Morehouse back the other way. This is Richardson in the corner. Missed on his three-point offering. Correction, that's Xavier Brewer. Back out on the floor now for the Maroon Tigers. So Brewer out with his first shot attempt for Morehouse. That one's off the mark. Back the other way, missing on the reverse lay-in is Davidson. Andrew Stewart, the sophomore for Morehouse, handling the basketball out front. Brewer squares, left block. Elisa Akinobi out on the floor as well. This time it's Andrew Stewart, the sophomore from out front, to knock it down for Morehouse. His first points of the ball game gives Morehouse an 8-2 lead. Kabamba in traffic and a whistle. Call that foul on Brewer for Morehouse. As Morgan takes a seat now, Billy Thomas, the junior from Farmington Hills, Michigan, steps out onto the floor. He's a transfer from UNLV. Kabamba, hard push to the rack, missed on the reverse lay-in, but Kostanakis with the rebound. Out front now, Jaden Gray tries a three-pointer. Brewer collects that errant shot.
A very unselfish team, although they couldn't connect on that one. Yesterday versus Albany State, you had 4 players in double digits. Kabamba with 22, Gray 18, Copa 17, and Lyles 11. They need to see that type of production today.
Whistles on the inside. Elisa Akinobi. 14:05, we go back the other way. Akinobi listed at 7 feet even. Davidson out front across the floor to Copa. Copa in the paint, shot rejected. Blocked on the inside by Akinobi. Back the other way, give to Akinobi and the flush by Akinobi.
If you're gonna come in there with a 6-footer, you gotta come stronger than that. And he sprinted down the floor, knows how to move very well, and was able to knock that down.
Shot by Copa in the corner, hit the cylinder and popped out of there. Akinobi, now a junior at Morehouse College. He was a a development project under the former coach, as Stewart hits another three when they took him into the program. And he has really developed over the last couple of years solid footwork and running the floor there.
Certainly.
Shot partially deflected there as Akinobi tried to go to the rack. Had the privilege of covering Morehouse basketball when he first started there. And just looking at him now, looks like he's been in the weight room and had a great training table, because when he came in, he was a lot less bulky as it relates to muscle. Floater inside the paint is off the mark. Akinobi goes for the rebound, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line.
It's just a great feeling as Akinobi right there rejects the shot, runs the floor in the transition, and is able to slam it down. But it's just amazing to see the development of players over the years and how quickly, through working out and development, things can turn around.
He recruited under former head coach Grady Brewer, who sadly passed away this past year. And that Maroon Tiger team has really dedicated this entire season to his memory. Douglas Whitler, the assistant coach under Coach Brewer for so many years, getting a chance now as interim. And they all have really rallied as a family, with that being a part of their mission to try to see if they can't secure this championship just in honor of him.
And you can see it playing for a great cause.
They lead at 14-2, opening play for them in the tournament in quarterfinal action. They had the bye because they finished first in the East, hoisted the trophy here for that first place finish in the pregame. Tied up is Copeland, they take it away. Bounce pass up the floor now. This is Thomas leading the fray, and he got the lay-in.
Morehouse really taking advantage of the transition game.
Bounce pass at the block to Kabamba. Gray pushes it up. Copa can't handle it up the floor. Morehouse just throws it up the floor to try to start a break, and they almost come away with a steal, and now they do. Elijah Stewart with the basketball. Against the Badgers of Spring Hill. Kabamba works it left side, Davison. Kostanakis inside the paint. They kick it back out to Stephen Lyles, who just got out on the floor. Davison running jumper and a whistle, he's fouled.
Lamar Christian fouled last minute on that shot, but incredible swarming defense by Morehouse, really not allowing any openings.
It's a real challenge for Coach Craig Kennedy and the Badgers to try to come up with a strategy, given that they almost have to concede that they're not going to get much inside the paint. So on that play, they had Kostanakis inside. They went to him to try to draw the big man. Then they kicked it back out. So they're going to try to see what they can do, perhaps from the perimeter, to soften things up a bit.
Yeah, the guards are just so fast, though. Their ability to recover makes it difficult.
Didn't say it was going to be easy.
True.
Out front now. Christian Lamar out on the floor now for Coach Whitler and the Maroon Tigers. Akinobi in the corner, tied up, and Kostanakis took it away from him. They doubled him in the corner, and they come up with a steal. At the block, Kabamba. Davidson out front. He'll work it right side. Back to Kabamba. Inside, and he missed on the shot. Maybe sensing what's about to come and throwing his shot off a little bit. He was wide open on that lay-in.
Yes, where yesterday he was 8 for 15
Yep.
from the field. It just makes such a huge difference with this defensive intensity that Morehouse brings.
Kostanakis going to push it up the floor himself. Now over to Davidson. He'll try to slide through, and there's another block by Akinobi. You have to challenge him in there. And he comes away with his second block of this first half of play. M. Williams handles the basketball out front. This is Richardson, right side. Shot clock down to 4 now. He'll work across the floor. With one, they got it up. It won't count. I don't think it would have counted had he hit it anyway. Noah Morgan had to hurry that shot. So tough defense there by the Badgers.
Yes, closing hard on the shooters is something that Coach Craig wanted his players to focus on.
Davidson almost had it taken away. Here comes Lyles at the block. Gives it to Kostanakis and a whistle inside the paint. Another big body inserted in that lineup for Morehouse. Kalen Bennett, the sophomore at 6'10". His first spot of duty for Morehouse. So that's the thing. You got so many of them.
Exactly.
Bennett, 6'10". Akinobi at 7 feet. Enwafor at 6'10". And Brewer listed at 6'9", as well as.
And they're relatively young.
Yep. 16-3 lead for the Maroon Tigers. Inside the paint, there's Bennett coming off the bench and contributing with a basket inside. Nice floater by him.
15 points already from the Morehouse bench. But that's what Coach said. They're 12, 13 players deep.
Ivan Williams. Morgan over to Bennett. Across the floor now, Richardson, head fake to the rack. Lamar handles. Now 7 to shoot, whistles on the play. 3-second violation. Kalen Bennett sitting in the lane there, waiting for somebody to shoot the basketball. Costiga's taking a seat now for the Badgers. Davidson challenges inside, and he won that battle with Bennett. Had to go high off the glass, but he got it to fall.
Yeah, if you're going to penetrate and take it to the big men, you got to go hard.
Williams handles up top. Lost the handle on it, but Richardson able to pick it up. 7 to shoot now. Jumper from way outside. That one's off the mark. Rebound cleared by Kabamba for Spring Hill. Up the floor, Davidson free for 3. Got a look, and it won't fall, but Kabamba there for the rebound. Threw it away, though. Threw it right over to Williams. Williams in a 2-on-1 to the rack and a whistle. At the line for the Maroon Tigers, Evan Williams, the junior from Newark, New Jersey. First free throw left on the front of the cylinder. 7:45 left first half. Quarterfinal action here from the 2022 TIAA SIAC basketball tournament from Rock Hill, South Carolina. And Williams, 1 of 2 from the line, make it a 19-5 lead for Morehouse. Kabamba out front with the basketball. Works it over to David Daniels, who just got out on the floor. Now Lyles handles. They give it on the cut to Davidson. Springs with the jumper, missed on the shot. Bennett clears for Morehouse. Good design play there by the Badgers, just did not get the result they wanted with the basket. Tap in the corner. On the move now is Lamar to the rack, missed on the shot. And the Badgers got a run out and an easy flush down the floor by David Daniels.
Yeah, one of the main areas of focus for Morehouse in this game was to take away the main guy's offense on the Spring Hill Badgers team. And they've been doing a good job doing that, especially from the three-point line where Spring Hill flourished last night. Today they haven't been able to connect at all.
Bennett slides the paint. He's fouled. He'll go to the line. Lyles picks up the foul. Bennett to shoot the 2 here. 71% free throw shooter. Showing good form there at the line.
Yeah.
They tried to work it down inside to Bennett on a push pass from Richardson. And Lyles, all he could do was just kind of grab and hold on there.
Yeah, there's a lot of contact there, but Bennett, a pretty good free throw shooter at 60%.
Davidson across the timeline now. Tried to leave it behind and miscued to David Daniels. Morehouse by 13 with 6:20 left first half. Williams, skip pass, and they throw it out of bounds.
Spring Hill jumping in the lanes, being able to force that turnover, but being proactive on defense will really be able to get them more offensive possessions to work in their favor.
Davidson out front. Tried to give it on the inside to Kabamba, who was cutting, but that Morehouse defense a little bit too quick for that as Christian Lamar step for step with Kabamba.
Yeah, if you're going to cut, try to cut in front of the defender. Otherwise, it's easy for a player like Lamar, who's super fast, to get his hand on the ball.
Kabamba super fast on that cut and got the lay-in. I checked that. That's Jaden Gray on the lay-in for Spring Hill. Morgan on the move now. Down in the corner, they push it up top. Williams for 3, got it. Good ball movement by the Maroon Tigers that trip. Down at the block. They push it back out to Davidson. Now Gray, left side, lost it momentarily and out of bounds. Take a look at that play on the inside there. Just lost it. And say what you want, Gotti. Height is just sometimes intimidating. You know, they may not make a play on you, but you know that these taller players are inside the paint, and you're trying to be just maybe one step quicker to take advantage of it, and sometimes it leads you to make mistakes.
Oh, yeah, height in itself changes people's shots just because of the anticipation of something coming. Makes you mentally adjust, as Noah Morgan there is able to penetrate with the pin by Bennett.
Under 5 minutes left in this first half of play.
Excuse me, Narafor.
Yes, Joe. Enwafor back out on the floor now for Josh Enwafor on the floor now for the Maroon Tigers. Trading body after body. Bennett takes a seat.
6'10" freshman. Yeah, you can't coach height.
No, not at all.
That's why it's good to get height and then develop them and then turn them into beasts.
Lyles missed on that shot inside. And here comes Morgan for Morehouse. Raises, fires, missed on the three-pointer. Chased around, Davidson clears for Spring Hill. Up the floor, Gray, alley-oop pass, and that's nicely done on transition for Spring Hill. Daniels finish with the flush. .410 remains first half. Right side to Williams. At the entry they go. And before. Tied up, kicks it back out to Morgan. This is Williams with 3. Oh, yeah.
Evan Williams just feeling himself. 39% on the season off 50 three-pointers.
Kabamba to inbound it for the Badgers. 3:40 left first half of play. Davidson lost his dribble. Inside the paint now. Daniels trying to go airborne, and he does, but he missed on the shot. And before they are challenging, and Morehouse quickly back the other way. Out front, this is Thomas back out on the floor. Quick move there by Stewart. Andrew, the brother of Elijah. This is Andrew on the floor right now. Actually, both of them out there. Elijah as well. Shot from outside is short of the mark. Davidson got a look from outside. Can't convert. The rebound comes to Lyles. Tied up, bounce pass Daniels. They got to kick it back out. Copa with a three-pointer. And that may work for the Badgers with some success there. They can start from the inside, working back out. Copa got the triple.
That was a very important shot. Looking at the stats here, Morehouse has 15 points off of their three-pointers, while before that three-pointer, Spring Hill didn't have any. So getting on that, otherwise the game is pretty even.
Morgan with an answer on a two-point lay-in for the Maroon Tigers as they come to the table. Officials do. And it's really no wonder that Morehouse has been able to recruit these bigger and taller players to the inside, because having worked with them and worked with Coach Whittler for so many years, that's the one thing he was always preaching. It's like, we just got to get bigger and stronger on the inside. And now that he's taken over this program even on an interim basis, that's what they've got on the floor. And those are some good shining results from that philosophy about how they impact the game.
And not only big, but agile, can move and can shoot.
Bamba behind the arc, shot an air ball, comes clear to Thomas. Works it all the way through, now dishes out to Stewart, up top to the other Stewart. This one rattled good by Andrew. Elijah feeds him with the assist. And they work for the three-pointer. And we put a little emphasis on the fact of Coach Whittler being interim head coach. And I am sure in the wisdom of those folks over at Morehouse, they are going to remove that tag at the end of this year.
Yes, to be able to lead and dedicate and be able to bring in athletes the way he has and develop them, it's only a matter of time.
Shots off the mark, but down low into the floor, kind of clear things out and got an easy lay-in. Not sure if he just kind of shoved everybody out of the way or people were just getting out of the way in general. But he was
like
the only
a
one
mixture
on the
of both.
Run, everybody. Davidson left alone, and he will bank that one home. He turned that corner, Davidson, and he saw what was in front of him. He was like, let me quickly get this jumper up here.
Hey, I will do the same thing.
Take not another step. Thomas, right side, loses the dribble. Stewart again rings it true for the Maroon Tigers.
Morehouse shooting 50% from the three-point line. That's impressive.
So the Stewart brothers teaming up for some action here late. A turnover with 23 seconds left. And these guys were on the roster at Clark Atlanta.
Off of the bench, while Spring Hill only has 4. Because in reality, Spring Hill, right now, Spring Hill is winning the game in the paint. It's just hitting those outside jumpers, particularly threes.
7.5 left. Morehouse not able to take advantage of that turnover. And Spring Hill will have a chance to see if they can't close this half with a basket. Kabamba can't get it airborne. Happy Warima with the play call. James Crenshaw handling our production and direction tonight from Rock Hill, South Carolina. Play resumes with the Gray inside the paint, trying to get it to the cylinder. He missed on the shot. Morehouse back the other way now. As Ivan Williams with the basketball. Now gives it over to Noah Morgan. Whistles out front. Copa trying to tap that basketball away. Picks up the foul. Inbound pass taken away by the Badgers, but they step out of bounds on it. So it looks like some of the instruction from Coach Kennedy, at least from these first few seconds in the first half, is to be aggressive on the basketball out front.
Oh, yeah, definitely need to do that. Being proactive and getting an early start in the first 5 minutes. Forcing a turnover is definitely a way to get started.
They get the turnover with the travel there. So Morgan out front. Gray back to Davidson, free for the jumper. Hit the back iron, but the rebound comes to Kabamba, and they'll get another look. Kabamba spreads left side, got underneath the defense, and got the lay-in. And before, a little bit further away from the basket, that allowed Kabamba to move around him left side for the lay-in.
Kabamba typically averages about 14 points. Right now has yet to score, so looking to get some production from him in the second half.
Yeah, just picked up his first two on that lay-in. Morgan trying to get it right back from Morehouse, though. His shot went down in the cylinder and came out. 18:30 left in the contest now. Daniels starting, but they give it away. There is Morgan, and Morgan got ahead of the group with the flush.
Noah Morgan, the 6'5" senior from Eastern Michigan University, just really dominating on all categories of the game.
That pushes him into double figures with 11 in the ball game, as Kabamba takes a hard fall right of the cylinder.
Morgan anticipated that pass just perfectly, was able to interslip and slam it down.
So Richardson on the defensive end for Morehouse commits that foul. And Mero Kabamba at the line on the free throw. Second to come. Make it 40-20 now. Here comes Williams quickly up the floor. Trying to work off a screen. Daniels picks him up on the switch. Morgan in the corner to Richardson. Slides the paint. They left him alone, and he got the easy flush. They never picked him up on the turn inside the paint. So Gray, the redshirt freshman for the Badgers, answers with a triple from outside.
On that last possession, they were just so worried about Nwafor in the paint that Richardson snuck in there and got a slam.
Turnover there by the Maroon Tigers.
As you can see here, Davison fighting in the post, clearing it out for Richardson.
Copa down at the base for the Badgers, but he thought the pass would go to the wing, so he pushed out that way. This is Copa Davidson with the basketball, left it in front of the cylinder as Morgan clears. From outside, this is Sterling, creases the front of the rim, and Daniels clears the errant shot for Spring Hill. Winner of this one, as the basketball goes inside on the shot that's picked up on the rebound by Morehouse. Winner of this ball game, and a whistle, offensive foul on Morgan, will meet the winner of Tuskegee and Savannah State, who play tomorrow here at 7 p.m. to try to set a portion of the semifinal brackets on the men's side.
And that was Sam Davison, who was able to get over quick enough, establish position, and take that charge.
So Gray will inbound the basketball after the charge and the foul by Morgan. Kabamba sets the screen for Gray. Gray lost a dribble. Davison pushes hard right side. He got the spinner going forward, and he got the basket. Nice use of the glass to get that lay-in. Xavier Brewer on the floor now, works it up. Everybody to the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center. 15:51 remaining in our final ball game of the evening. Morehouse with a 42-25 lead, which the Badgers are chipping away at. Kabamba now gives it over to Lyles. Lyles, the freshman, back out on the floor. To the rack, hard right side, missed on the shot. But Gray comes away with it for Spring Hill. Kabamba comes up with a basketball that was almost thrown away. He'll spin the paint. Shot rejected by Akinobi, and that leads to a break for Morehouse. Bounce pass, left side to the rack. Nicely done there with body control by Jordan Sterling.
Yeah, Akinobi just really giving his team a full advantage as Sterling takes advantage of that transition.
Basketball trickles out of bounds. It'll stay with Spring Hill. So Jordan Sterling with his first points on that lay-in down the floor. Started by that man on the screen with the blocked shot that came straight out to Williams, who ran the floor. Gray looks to the inside, over to Lyles. Short jumper by him, it's off the mark. Xavier Brewer clears the rebound for the Maroon Tigers. Of course, Xavier Brewer, the son of the late Grady Brewer, and has made some meaningful contributions to the program as a player. Shots off the mark, but a reset now. This one not short and knocked down by Billy Thomas.
Spring Hill defense just too deep in the paint,
Yep.
not spreading enough to guard the three-point line, which is very important because this Morehouse team is shooting 50% from the three.
Nice call on that, Gotti. They were so deep in the paint there that there was just free range outside. Running jumper, nicely done by Gray for the Badgers to get those 2 points back for them. Stewart in the backcourt, being ball hawked now by Ashton Hawkins, the redshirt sophomore for Spring Hill. Way downtown with a three-pointer. That one's off the mark by Thomas. Daniels up the floor. Gray between the legs, spins, runs right into Akinobi, and a whistle. Let's take the work there of Gray trying to work himself down toward that rim. Foul occurred out front. It's either Elijah or Andrew, one of the Stewart brothers, that commits that foul.
You have to be a brave soul to work your way to the absolute center of that defense and try to go up.
You're absolutely right. Take that challenge. I know I got to go in here. I'm going.
Seriously. If it's my last penetration, it's the last one.
So what?
6'9" and 7 feet.
(47-28) now. This is Elijah Stewart handling the basketball. Works it across the floor to Thomas. Thomas leans back with the jumper, right corner, missed on his shot, but Akinobi clears, and he gives the Maroon Tigers another look. This is Brewer out top, and Xavier Brewer knocks down a three-pointer.
Akinobi just does a great job
There's a
showing the defense and that block. Great recovery by Lyles to come back and see that and defend the basket.
There you see Brewer squaring up for the three-pointer. But on that steal, as you indicated, Lyles got back in there to prevent Stewart from going all the way in. He had to change his shot, and the block by Lyles. Hawkins handles out front. We go to 12:55 left in the contest. Daniels pushes across the floor. This is Kabamba, foul line extended. hit the back of the iron. They get another look with Gray. Hawkins in the corner. His shot is off the mark. Down at the block. On the third attempt, it's David Daniels with the flush.
David Daniels with the slam, coming in there with a vengeance. Averages about 12 points per game, trying to get his in.
Thomas with the jumper, missed on it. Akinobi with the rebound and his flush. So he cleared the lane and got the dunk.
Coming now for the Maroon Tigers, number 40, Kalen Bennett, and for the Badgers, Sam Davidson.
Kalen Bennett back out on the floor now for Coach Whittler and the Maroon Tigers as Akinobi gets that flush. Davidson pushes for the Badgers, tried to dump it down low, and he drew a foul.
Morehouse foul number 40, Kalen Bennett. That's his second, fifth team foul. Senior
Sam Davidson here,
He's shooting two.
the X factor, really has an ability to create his own shot. Yesterday, did a lot of the intangibles, 6 assists, 6 points, 4 rebounds. Great support for his team.
Right now at 4 points, 2 rebounds, and just missed on that first free throw. 1 of 2 from the line as he knocks down the second. Elijah Stewart handles. Gray trying to step up the intensity. Thomas with the ball now. Over to Andrew Stewart. Out front, Brewer with a three-pointer from way downtown. He missed on his shot. Bennett got the rebound and there for the putback.
Bennett playing big, keeping the ball high and finishing with that second chance opportunity.
Going to the rack that time was Kabamba, trying to get it to fall, but it did not. Will stay on that end of the floor, though. So Brewer guilty of that foul for the Maroon Tigers. Upset by that. As you take a look there, is that put back by David Daniels with the flush. Some authority on that to give that basket to the Badgers. As you take another look at that with the authority on the rebound over Brewer. Saw the lane, and the rest, as they say, flushed. 11:31 remains in the contest. At the line for the Badgers, it'll be Jaden Gray shooting. Gray 10 points on the night, 3 rebounds, 1 assist for the Badgers of Spring Hill. Gray good on the first. Spring Hill from the line. Now 6 of 11 after that first free throw by Gray.
Jaden Gray shooting at 72% for the season from the from free throw line.
Second of 2, the sprinter falls good. At the timeout, Spring Hill 27% from the floor. As the Morehouse trying to get it up the floor, almost taken away by Davidson and the Badgers. Stewart, top of the key, over to Brewer. Brewer, entry pass to Bennett. Bennett across the floor to Stewart. This is Andrew, shots off the mark, but Thomas chases it down. He will fire the three-pointer. Same result, off the mark, and finally cleared by David Daniels for the Badgers. Morehouse at 50% from the floor at the last timeout. Basketball cleared by Stewart. He dives at the mid-stripe. Daniels does too. Now it's loose on the floor. Arrow will keep it with the Maroon Tigers. Watch the scramble there. Stewart took out for it, and so did Daniels. Great. Xavier Brewer trying to jump in there as well to corral that basketball for Morehouse.
If you're the coach, you got to like the hustle. Your players are getting down, trying to get that 50-50 ball.
Thomas across the mid-stripe. Lyles guarding him. Bennett away from the basket with the basketball. On that weave, Morehouse gets it over to Thomas. Quick step at the foul line with the jumper, rattled it good. Quick hitting jumper there by Thomas to make it 56-33. Thomas with 7 in the ball game as Bennett takes it away from Morehouse. Here's Thomas again with another three-point opportunity, missed there. A little bit ahead of the team on that three-point shot. Nobody back to even have an attempt at a rebound is when he missed. Underneath, we got whistles.
Way to stick with it. Daniels underneath the paint. The ball was reversed. Gray saw him on the dunk. Didn't have the first available option. Reverse. 2 players on him, and he was able to draw that foul.
That's his 4th personal, and the technical foul has also been assessed. Number 25, Xavier Brewer.
So Brewer hit with the foul and the technical. Must have said something after that foul was called.
Set to shoot for the technical for the Badgers is Spring Hill.
So Kabamba to shoot the technical for Spring Hill. And he gets that one. Thought he had it down, but it kicked out on him. Got one of the technicals. Now it'll be David Daniel coming to the line to shoot the free throws on the foul.
Now at the line, David Daniels.
56-34, 10 minutes left. Akinobi set to check in now for the Maroon Tigers. Daniels missed on the first. Tanacopa back out on the floor now for Spring Hill. Quarterfinal action continuing tomorrow at 12 o'clock right here in Rock Hill. Thomas back with the jumper, cans the three-pointer.
That was what they call nasty.
Yeah.
Billy Thomas with that three-pointer.
Davidson trying to answer right back. He missed on his three-point shot. The basketball over to Morehouse. Go back down the floor. Watch how quickly with that quick stutter step there. Bam, the jab step got Davidson going toward the basket. And that cleared it for Thomas to fire the three-pointer.
Rhythm and flow. Just felt it.
Pick up by Stewart in the backcourt. We go back the other way. We're down to 9-14. Quarterfinal play tomorrow, starting at 12. It'll be on the women's side, the Dragons, Lady Dragons of Lane College, and the Golden Rams of Albany State in the 12 o'clock quarterfinal. And then at 2, more women's action with the Lady Tigers of Benedict, the number 2 seed out of the West, meeting the Golden Bears of Miles College. Then at 4:45 tomorrow, it's the men of Benedict. As Stewart's shot is swatted underneath, leading to a run out by the Badgers and a whistle. Benedict will be meeting the Magicians of Lemoyne on College in the 4:45 matchup. And then the finale tomorrow night for quarterfinals, it'll be Tuskegee, the Tigers, battling the Tigers of Savannah State University in the 7 p.m. quarterfinal. And after that, semifinals all set for Friday here at the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center. Jordan Sterling, the junior, back out on the floor for the Maroon Tigers. Up top, Akinobi. Out front now, Stewart handles the basketball. Over to Christian Lamar, who just got back out on the floor. So we go back the other way now. And it's Bobchuk on the floor now for the Badgers, Spring Hill. As Davidson handles out front. He'll try to work it right side. Stewart with him step for step. They try to get it inside the Bobchuk and throw it away. Leave behind for Stewart. Stewart, Jordan Sterling for three. Count it.
Jordan Sterling shooting 40% from the three-point line. Takes the second most threes on the team.
Kabamba now out front with 7:49 remaining. He will challenge on the inside, now gives it to Copa for three, and he knocks it down for the Badgers. Back the other way, Akinobi runs the floor. Lead behind in the paint to Stewart. Now they kick it back to Akinobi. Doubled.
Copa getting high, the second three of the night.
Bounce pass down in the corner. Stewart's free for three. Hit the side of the backboard and the rim on that shot. Davidson pushing two at the block. Backcourt to inbound it for the Badgers. Noah Morgan back out on the floor for the Maroon Tigers. A quick shot there, not on the mark though for the Badgers. Morehouse back the other way. Ivan Williams handles. Entry pass to Akinobi to the rack this time, and he got the basket over Bobchuk on the inside. That's what they wanted him to do last time down the floor. This time, perhaps after the timeout, with instructions from the sideline to look to the cylinder.
But
found what he was looking for.
True. The great thing about having Akinobi there is every time he gets the ball, two players collapse on him.
So Copa with back-to-back threes now for the Badgers from the outside. 64-40.
Impressive shooting. Spring Hill has really turned up their three-point production here with 4 threes in the second half.
Lamar across the floor now to Sterling. Now back to Morgan. 8 to shoot for Morehouse. Morgan raises, fires with the jumper. Got it to the cylinder. Akinobi clears, goes to the rack, and he got the layup.
Having someone like Akinobi on the inside to be able to rebound for you, but also be able to draw the defense and open it up for your shooters, it is a special thing.
Davidson coming off a pick up top, can't convert on the jump shot. We go down to 5:35 left, and Morehouse extends its lead 66-40 now.
But also just slowing the ball down, trying to control the pace of the game a little more, letting their plays develop.
Sterling, he will fire from behind the arc, and the lefty knocks it down.
Sterling just did that in perfect rhythm, like he knew he was going to make it.
8 for him in the ball game after that triple. Inside, Akinobi influenced Bobchuk's shot. It was off the mark. Back the other way. This is Ivan Williams with a three-pointer.
These Tigers are just in a groove right now.
Williams knocks down a triple. That one after Sterling's triple on the last trip down the floor. Bobchuk away from the basket. Trying to alley-oop it on the inside. Can't get it high enough as Akinobi tapped it and pushed out of bounds. Was Lamar, Christian Lamar for the Maroon Tigers by Kabamba, guilty of the foul.
Here in this replay, you can see Sterling just coming off the screen, ready to shoot, having his feet in perfect position, and then Sterling calling for the ball.
But this time.
But Williams is like, I got you this time.
No worries, brother. I got you.
I got you on the next one.
Yeah, next time. Here's Williams up top again. 4:25 left now. Thomas out front. He'll raise and fire a three, and he is on target. Shot that with Timothy Riley at 6'10" in his face.
It's a three-party. I mean, Morehouse just came to knock it down. already 13 for 29 on the night.
Up the floor, here comes Morgan to the glass with body control and the lay-in. Now the Maroon Tigers just pouring it on with under 4 remaining in the basketball game. 3 trips down the floor with 3 three-pointers, and then now a lay-in by Morgan.
They had a lot of confidence coming into this game. 17-game win streak. Their goals were to execute on offense and just make sure to play their game as Daniels goes and gets him 2 in the paint. Also to limit the...
Back after the timeout, 3:09 remains. Akinobi to the rack and got the flush. Beautiful lead pass from Sterling, and Akinobi with the flush.
Just slamming that down in dominant fashion. Can't do anything to stop that.
Punctuation marks all over the floor for Morehouse.
On him on a piece.
Dunking the basketball, crushing three-pointers. And tenacious defense. Up the floor they go again. And another flush. This time by Sterling.
DJ's not making it any better.
Daniels got a flush for the Badgers.
Morehouse is just in a rhythm right now.
This from outside. He took the mantle from the legendary Arthur J. McAfee, who had coached at Morehouse for more than 30-plus years, one of the leading winners in HBCU basketball. So the coaching legend at Morehouse is just so strong, and Doug's just so happy to be a part of that and a chance to take it over on a full-time basis after this year.
And your team is a reflection of the coach. You could tell how powerful that is by the way these guys are out here having fun, being dominant, and just working together as a team.
One thing I've also noticed about this Morehouse team, that they are also very sportsmanlike, because a couple of times when the Badgers have hit the floor, I've seen Morehouse men come over to try to help them up. That certainly is overflow from the coaching philosophy of Douglas Whitler, and also Alfred Jordan. Jordan, a former player at Clark Atlanta, was coaching at Clark Atlanta, and as soon as Whitler was named as interim, he and Alfred played against each other at the same time, and he made the immediate call to get Jordan on his staff. So just showing some of that AU Center love, and they're both trying to really build something special at Morehouse.
Gentlemen and scholars.
Yeah, indeed. So foul call there for the Badgers. We're at 1:54 remaining in the basketball game. Akinobi setting the screen, trying to see if they can leave it behind for him. Instead, it's Lamar on the push. Now Akinobi in the paint. Tried to bounce it across to Lamar, and the basketball going back the other way. Akinobi still a little hesitant to just go ahead and take that basketball in the paint and just go straight to the rack. Davidson at the block, up top to Daniels. Jumper left side of the free throw line for Daniels, and he knocks it down.
Spring Hill College Sergeant number 1, Stephen Miles. That's his 4th in the contest. And
72 seconds remains in this basketball game. And the Maroon Tigers in quarterfinal action. Their first play in the tournament. Looks like they will be pushing on to the semifinals on Friday. And a basket out front by Billy Thomas with another triple for Morehouse. They just keep coming and coming. In the corner, that shot's off the mark. Thomas with a chance to lead another break. He shakes and bakes and goes back out front. Crease to the lane and the whistle on the play. They'll wave that shot off. Offensive foul.
Calling that push off by Goliath Mitchell. Nice step back, but he just had that loose arm.
So 37 seconds left. Daniels inside. Nice give to Riley, and Riley will get a flush.
Daniels.
Timothy Riley had to get him one.
Freshman coming in and got him a flush. And that'll just about do it here. Morehouse with about 2 seconds differential as Thomas fires a three. Riley got the rebound. And the Badgers will have a look at it as Davidson knocks it down. Davidson, a redshirt freshman for Spring Hill. That's a young group from Mobile. As we come back the other way, Morehouse simply going to hold this basketball.
This is one of the youngest teams